Going to get ready and do a lot tonight. We get to discuss a lot of what I'm doing. Let's get that back in view, right? There we go. Nice. So, last week we had complications. This week we are exactly on track. So, what we're going to do is talk a little bit about some stuff. Might take some breaks in between things. I kind of want it to be a little livelier, I think, than I usually am. But definitely we're going to be talking about a little extra changes that I'm doing, a little extra things that I'm all excited about. These are the pieces that hopefully I'll be working on tonight. We've got some adult anime, kid anime, sort of adult, teen, I guess, and then some Deep Space Nine. Quark needs to be done tonight, so that's what we'll be doing. So let me make sure I'm doing this right. So anyway, I wanted to show these, and then also here is what we finished from last week. This is Devilman. So definitely inking took a lot of the time from last week. You could look at the YouTube channel and see me finish. I had his name. I forgot. Devilman. Anyway, Devilman's the easy. It's like Armoth? No. Anyway, doesn't matter. But he is done. Looks good. It's all signed. He is ready to go. So if that's your thing, if you're like, hey, I like Devilman, send me a line. Or even during this, you could probably run down to the commission and just write down Devilman's my jam, or I would like Devilman. But I will also show, recently we have Deku. This is One Bad Day Deku, I guess is what I should call it. Super fun. One of my favorites. And then we also have a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Michelangelo card. Super awesome. Love how it turned out. This is exactly how I remember them from when I was a kid. So I definitely want to do more different styles of variations. Some more older stuff, but I definitely like doing newer stuff as well. Something also to talk about is I'm trying to do new concepts, new ideas, new designs. Here recently, I have come across this idea of thinking of new incentives for people. So if people buy, they're not going to get the same card that I usually give out. If someone buys from me for the first time, they get a cool little monster card that I created. His name is Igalore, which was produced for me and to give out. So everyone would get this cool little Igalore, 2 of 5 of the set. It's super hard to get the first one because they were given out so fast from that artist that good luck getting the rest of them. I miraculously have one, but I don't have just one. I have the original drawing. The original drawing I have of this is still available, but every purchase through Whatnot gets one of these for the first time. The stuff I've been doing has led to me having excess amounts of paper and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how do I fill up that void so I'm not scrapping a ton of extra sheet of paper. So I have been taking designs that I've yet to either make prints, stickers, or something, and have been making these cool little cards. Don't know what I'm going to do with exactly, but this is a character my friend made of her cat that I just kind of took over and made my own. But I also found this cool thing to glitterize it. So definitely looks This is super shiny, so it's kind of hard to. Now you can see like the black outlines there, and then wow. So maybe I'll start inserting these into the orders. Or I've got this cool little Hat Man. He was a independent comic that was only online, that is no longer available. But I still have some of the stuff I worked on with these. But it's like, or do I send these? Like, I love this shimmer sheen, and also like I made this guy. So I think these things would be fun and cool for people to kind of find in their card packs. I've also talked about making whatnot packages where you would receive the packs that I make for my challenges. If you guys don't know about the challenges is something that I do with a buddy of mine named Michael Boyd. And we each challenge each other to kind of do a design each week. And usually we have a monthly theme. Well, I can show you a couple. March was March of the Robots. And during that time, we made IG-88, Soundwave, Futurama's Bender. Oh, and Krang snuck in there. He found a new home. Jaeger. And this guy from the Black Hole. So each one of these comes with these cool packages. I think they make them stand out a little more special. But as you can see, the packaging is just kind of different. And I want them sealed, and I've been kind of struggling. So I've been working on making them better. Now I have these awesome little dots I could put at the top, bend over, and they stay sealed. Now I'm going to have to punch out that part. But all of these have been signed, and they are ready to be bought right off the rack. Of course, if someone wants it, I eventually will make a specific queue for these, and maybe I'll show these and see if people want to buy them straight off of Whatnot. But I've also been thinking about making my own special Whatnot evening night packs, and of course they would come with like extras. So I think even though you'd be paying more than the $20 commission fee, you would be getting like just fun little extras and things like that. With that, I've also started looking at another way of packaging these. This is fun and cool. I love these. On the back of these, they even say like they have the little QR codes for the Instagram where you can find all of the full pictures of these for each month. And then this is, of course, the Whatnot. Awesome. And then on the back, it has a little description of the month of March of 2024. So this kind of tells you exactly when and where. Oh, thank you, man. I love these. I love making packages. I don't know why I didn't go into commercial design, do package design, but it's all right, man. I enjoy at least making them on my own. So that's the idea with some of these. So I definitely maybe should start, but getting these made are a little bit of a pain because a lot of this is just glue, which is somewhat problematic. I think it looks as clunky at times. Now I'll show you the aliens. Aliens in April is our current challenge month, which we have this guy from The Simpsons. I can't think of which one it is, Krang or Klaus. I don't remember his name. And then we've got this alien from The Explorers. These are completely sealed up already, but they do have like some imperfections, which is fine. I mean, these are DIY, right? So, oh, here's the other one. And I haven't. This is the guy from Resident Alien. I should check to see these are signed or not before I seal them up. That one is not. So, sign that one. Those two, I better be signed. They're already sealed. So this one's empty because we haven't finished this one yet. That's this guy. If anyone knows Deep Space Nine, he's the Ferengi Quark. I love that character. I was watching some clips of him today while working on him. That's a fun show. Might have to try to get the wife into it because I like it. So these, great question. I have to make a new thing for it so that it comes up, because these are a little more expensive. I will probably sell these for $30 a piece. So next week, hopefully, and whenever I start popping these up. Now, if you also like any of these, except this one's already called for. Unfortunately, this one has been bid and bought. You could also direct message me, and then I could go from there. But I think from here out, I got to make a new. I'll make a new thing like the Sketchcard Commission where it says monthly challenges, and then you write down like, "Hey, I like the challenge month of this character, or just even that character." And then when I do the whatnot ones, it will be whatnot thing as well. So, all right, let's close up Mr. Alien Resident. So that's what we'll be doing. So the new designs look different. They will start looking a little more like these. So here's the sneak peek of next month's challenge, since we're heading into May. So we've got this cool little package, but unfortunately, this is not right. The new package design is a little bit shorter for good reason. Like these, I have holes so they can hang on the rack. You know, I definitely want to keep taking these to shows, have them hung up, and then people could say, hey, I really want whichever, right? I want people to kind of be interactive with these pieces hanging up. As you notice, there's no place to hang these at. I messed up. There's supposed to be a point right here where it flips up after I've cut it and I put a hole. Oopsie poopsie. So this mermaid, this merman for the mermaid packaging, he will be sold just without the hanging tab. So I'll have to redo this package and then get those reordered, and then I'll have them right. So at least I got to do it before and learn from my mistakes. So now, man, I'm just going to talk because I'm super excited. I've been working on so much stuff that I'm trying to just kind of get it out, so it doesn't feel like, I don't know, I just want to share. I feel like sharing. This is the prize pack. So this is what the whatnots will start looking like, because these won't need to be hung or anything, but they'll be folded like this. They make me think of the old Marvel metal or the annual cards. Like there was 4 in a pack and they came in a just paper folded kind of. They'll be sealed, of course, so that, you know, they stay in there. As you can hear, there's cards in there. And then the whatnot cards will be sent in those. And then you'll have the ability to open them up and see what extra special stuff you get. Now, all right, found the knife. So these prize packs, this specifically, is going to go to the local schools, one specific one. And these are going to be used as incentives for the kids to do good at school. The prize packs are going to more likely include, we'll show you what they look like. Because my wife's a teacher. She does a lot of stuff with students, and they love incentives, but they also love, now if we watch this, boom, Pokemon cards. And then they get their own random Pokemon cards. Now, of course, they're going to get they'll only get 4 cards, but then they're going to get stickers as well, like a Pokemon sticker and something else. So this will what the Whatnot package would look sort of like. I just need to finish it up. So, but I thought it'd be cool to reveal how these look and how they're packaged up. So a lot simpler than just trying to glue the seam down and all that. So super excited. Now I could give my son back his Pokemon cards. Oh man. You know, as long as he doesn't know, he'll be fine. Now it's back to empty. But so that's going to be kind of another fun thing I'm going to do on Whatnot. Something extra. And also, if you guys, if there is a sketch card that you guys want, flare or sparkles or something, maybe that's something I add on to the commission thing, or I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe I need to just start taking my original designs and just making cards and making a base set and randomly inserting whichever. So speaking of stuff, this is the big cards that I've done there, my sketch cards, and then I've applied that film to give it that beautiful crackle ice look. This one thank you. It's so fun. I stared at this card the whole day I had it after I finished it. So this one's going to stay in the personal collection. And then we have Shrek, who's just shiny. Should say Shrek Colossus. This was another challenge, and a very older one, so I bet this was like 2 or 3 years ago. But he's pretty cool looking. Mr. Meeseeks with the Charizard looking sparkle background, or just sparkles. He almost looks like a Mr. Clean. I don't know. Anyway, this is an older card as well. And then today, of course, I might keep it. If this card is also appealing to anybody, you could get it through the Sketchcard commission, and I'll send an extra something with it. But it's a peekaboo. Made myself laugh. It's a peekaboo. So, yes, fun stuff. Okay, now that I've gone through all of this, I could probably start doing some cards. But hopefully this is the stuff that I'm going to be adding to the shop and trying to just get more stuff out. And definitely tonight I want to try to get at least 2 of these cards colored all the way. Maybe a 3rd one. I really would like to get Ebisu. I'd love to get her done, but this guy's got to come first. Challenge is due Friday, and we're behind. So I want to try to get that done. And if you don't know Big O is a great show. I can't find it on any streaming sites right now, but definitely check it out. But yeah. So definitely, if there's any questions, anything. Yeah, if you hit the Sketchcard commission and to put down a little note, say, I would like the Gengar, Gengar. And absolutely, I will have this packed and sent out Monday because, mail's closed on Sunday. So, absolutely, it's already signed and good to go. It says Peekaboo on the back. So, absolutely. I think that's another thing I should do as well. I used to do almost 10 cards a week. April's a little tough due to my normal work week. But, yep. This did not do as many cards as I hoped. I was able to do some of these Pokemon cards, which were cool. But either way, we continue on. All right. So, all right. So I see over on Facebook, I've got a couple people watching. Hi, guys. Cousin Aaron, my big cuz. When I mean big, that guy's a wall. If anyone knows that reference, it's a lot funnier. But yes, big guy with a big heart. He knows this guy. I know he does. Deep Space Nine. If any of okay, hey, I will write it down real quick, man. Yoink. What I'll do is right here. All right. I got your name written down. Got you, sir. I'm gonna send my little this is my little card. I'll send. It's got all my information. Definitely follow me on Instagram. Message me anytime if you want anything else done. I will do so. I usually try to do it in a pretty quick manner. But this week, not so much. Anyway, no. And also, thank you, man. That's going to be awesome. So, all right. Bye, Peekaboo. Very sad. I'll have to make a different one. Different Pikachu costume. So, okay. So, yep. Deep Space Nine. What a weird Star Trek show. If anybody likes Star Trek, I liked Deep Space Nine, but I didn't as a kid. I like it more now. It's a lot more interesting. I think it feels more inclusive of the other races and stuff, and there's a lot more mixing around shenanigans going on. So and he's a fun guy. He runs the bar. He's just a shifty guy. Always causing problems. But he's got some good qualities. Yeah, while working on this card earlier, I was having a ball, like going through some of the highlighted moments that people recorded, or I guess put out on YouTube. Yeah, my parents, I think my dad liked it a lot more than my mom. We were more into Next Generation. And then my parents were absolutely addicted to that. Watched all the episodes. They didn't like buy the DVDs or the VHSs back then, but they were like okay with watching it when it was on TV. They're like, yeah, that was their jam. I want to say it was on Saturdays too. So, but I sort of got bored with some of the old, with Next Generation Star Trek. Because I think I wanted more aliens in it. and it just seemed like it always focused on the same war factions and stuff. And I was just like, man, there's got to be more to it. I'm also a guy like I love Star Wars because it just seemed like throw anything together. It was an alien. Man, I was happy. Um, so, but it's whatever. No, definitely a buddy of mine was explaining to me like why he loved Deep Space Nine more, and definitely was understanding it a little more now because I like shows like Firefly, and Firefly was fun because it was definitely like an interesting mix of characters, and definitely you don't have to worry about good and bad. It was like they were just working with the agenda that they had. In Deep Space Nine, I mean, there's political aspects of it, but it's also just a mix of cultures that they all have to try to work with. And I, I kind of understand it now, and I kind of want to watch a lot more. So we'll see. But Quark is, I mean, he's the criminal. Yes, it did. I think a lot of these, it does take time to get into. Um, they're just unique, very, very unique shows, man. If you're a kid and you want like a lot of like constant action, um, it's not it's not really there at all times. The diplomacy is now, because I'm an adult and I'd rather talk things out a lot more. Diplomacy is a lot cooler now. Um, and definitely the Romulan that is in that show, I would like to know more about his character because he's another one of those shady guys. He's a tailor, maybe, but he also might have worked some bad dudes, maybe. He didn't really say. I don't know. Stuff's just enjoy it. It's fun. But so yeah, but this is the alien I picked, which is funny for someone who didn't watch the show very much. I just remembered he was one of my favorites just because of this, just the gunk he'd get into, and then he'd get yelled at by the shapeshifter all the time. And I was like, ha, he's funny. That, and he was also Ferengi. I think Ferengi is a funny word. I imagine to him it wasn't, but yeah. Um, so, all right. So Guster, I'll call you Guster. That's what I'm gonna go with. So do you normally buy Pokemon cards? Do you like Pokemon cards? Or are you just like a person that likes Pokemon? Um, just curious. I think because of recently, like my friends got me into doing like Pokemon Go. I loved Pokemon when it came out. Like I still have my original Red and Blue. Um, but yep, it's one of those things, man. Pokemon's interesting. Um, been a fan of it, but I definitely have come in and out. Um, but I've also enjoyed like watching people open packs and stuff. I think it's kind of fun. Um, I think it's a fun thing to watch as much as like I loved collecting cards when I was a young lad in the '90s. Man, you just couldn't get away from them. Cards were everywhere. Working for my artist assemble group, we I think we relish in the fact that we do a lot of retro things. We got to make our own like style of stuff, and it's nostalgia, drawing things that we loved when we were kids, and we probably still love now. I know I love a lot of the stuff that I draw. Pokemon is definitely one of those things. I enjoy looking at other people's weird Pokemon stuff that they've come up with. So I think it's just fun. All right. Just a quick little yellowing. We'll go from there. This was a weird orange. So we'll do that. Let's give you this weird yellow. Hello, anime. Thanks for joining. Just doing some cards, talking about stuff, fun things we like, things we enjoy, things we collect. Definitely check out the shop. You can see what's all for sale. Definitely need to update it, get some better pictures. But if anything, check out the YouTube video that'll be up by tomorrow of tonight's little show. There's a lot in a lot of discussion earlier on things that we're doing, things that I'm doing. I say we, collective. There's no collective to it. Things that I'm doing with my page here, as well as like what I'm going to be selling out, conventions and stuff like that. So definitely check out this video on my YouTube channel. I should have links in there. If not, I'm going to fix that tonight. But right now we're working on Quark. Hopefully later we will be working on Ebisu. I think it's Dory Dory is the anime that's from. Well, manga anime. But yeah, all sorts of fun stuff for sale. For sure. This guy had a wild shirt, if I remember right. All the way to here. So we'll do these base colors. I might have to put him off to side because I don't have a thing to look at. Oh yeah, sorry if anyone comments to me on the Facebook side. It's hard to keep track of both, which I should be doing, but I apologize if I do. I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but thank you guys for showing up on Facebook. Robert, hey buddy. Corey, Gwen, matter of fact, helped me with my package design for this. So he helped do this background color part. And I was super thankful because, man, I can't do that type of stuff. My brain doesn't work that abstractly. So huge thank you to Corey. Very, very, very thankful for it. Let's get this pudding. Sweet. Tahini. All right. Get some shade. Woo! I don't know if anybody's watched the new X-Men. I haven't. I don't even know why I brought it up because I don't want to be spoiled. I just brought it up like no big deal. I'm just worried. I don't want to. I'm afraid it's going to be super bad, but I'm excited to see it. So, with reading the current X-Men stuff, I mean, it feels like they're just kind of jumping straight from 97 to current. And my word, it is hard to take. So, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how it goes. But, yeah, that did nothing. Okay. Wonder if this will do more for his eyes. He has dark circles under his eyes. That man does not get any sun. Oh, also, oh my goodness, Deadpool Wolverine. Yep, what a super good trailer. I'm excited. I hope it's as good as the last two. I don't think anyone really complained about the second one, so I'm just hoping we're not. I don't know, set up for failure. Hoping for the best when it's okay. I know this. It's not Hugh Jackman. Who knows if this is going to be like his best Wolverine role? I am super excited to see who all they bring in, how it's going to look, and the rumor mill is just so huge right now. So we'll have to wait and see. But let's see. Let's give him a. I don't know. Maybe I should do his background differently. I know his bar has weird gray tones and things like that. So without a reference, I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot more with him at the moment. So we'll switch him. I'm happy to see that a lot of the folks from the first movie popped back in. Because, man, that, of course, Negasonic Teenage Warhead? Yeah. What a mouthful. She's, why would she not be in it? Get it out before it burns. She is super. I love her. And Kyoki, I don't remember her name, but she was hilarious. Yeah, I just like the fact that a lot of people are back in it, except for Shatterstar. No, I like Shatterstar. Man, I don't care. He was a cool character in the X-Men comics. I was sad. That's not how he was supposed to go out. Sucks. Anyway, but no, that movie looks really good, and I really hope it just lives up to what people want it to be. I think that's one that the wife and I are going to have to sneak out and go see without, kids trying to go with us. I've got 17-year-old. I really don't feel like watching it with him. I don't need any uncomfortable moments. And definitely the 11-year-old's not ready for it, so he's fine. But yeah, hoping for the best for Deadpool and Wolverine. I want to see like how many Wolverines they really are going to try to push into that movie. Because everybody's kind of assuming Patch is going to be in it, and we've already seen the yellow and blue suit. So let's see, see how it goes. I think we will give the skull a nice little cocoa look. Yeah, let's just color the whole thing this color. I don't think it's right, but I hate white on these cards, so it's all right. Abby Sue. This show is so goofy, but I love it. Short show, but enjoyable for sure. Can't wait for season 2. On that, so we'll do this for this. Yep, like it. All right. Is there any other shows coming out that seem really good this year? I don't remember. Man, I've just been in a trance in the past 2 weeks. Oh yeah, there's a new Superman coming out, isn't there? No, not sure. I know they've got the new 007 that they've announced with Henry Cavill. That looks interesting. Sounds interesting. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, that's right. They are going to bring back episode 1. I saw it. I originally saw it in theaters, so I'm kind of good. But it was really good in the theaters, especially the fight with Qui-Gon and Darth Maul. That was so good. So good. That would be worth going back to see, just that. And Darth Maul trying to run over some little kid in the sand when he's after Jedi. Like, no, I'd never have thought of it that way. It's like, man, he could have cared less. He had no idea who that kid was. He's just like, I won't run over him. It's in the way. I see the two Jedi. They look like, hanging out. But yeah. There was, yeah, Sith are vicious. Whether they're malicious, like, right off the bat, or even just methodically malicious, man. They create that fun atmosphere for sure. Yeah, looks pretty good. No, definitely that would be interesting to see. No, it's not. Yeah, having my son, only being 11, he's never watched that. So he's just kind of like, I think he'd be into it to go see it in theaters. I would go do it with him for sure. I'm probably the older teen man. He's 17, so he definitely didn't see it, but he loves the prequel, I guess, is what we'll call it. He's actually more of a fan of the Clone Wars than he is anything else. So it's kind of funny. So we'll probably have to go see that in theaters if that comes back out, which it probably will. Wondering when they're going to bring out the new Rey show, series, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not that I'm not a huge fan. I'm just a fan of Star Wars. So I get excited when I hear something new. I went and saw the Clone Wars movie. Yeah, the animated series was good. I love the short ones that they did before they even had the ongoing series. Because I felt like those even portrayed a really good story in such a short time. But when they announced there was a Clone Wars animated movie, like my mom and I, we didn't even question it. We're like, cool, we're going. And so we went and then watched it, and we were like, oh, Ahsoka, cool, we're going to learn a new character. And it was like, oh, this is really terrible. I can't believe we paid full price for this movie. And then the series came out. And, yeah, I liked the series. The series was good. I definitely liked the new Bad Batch. Man, the Bad Batch is just so good. I don't like that. Let's stop there. Bad Batch has been a nice little blessing, I think. Because it just has really nice, fun characters. And they were able to pull in, characters from the Clone Wars and other stuff. And of course, Captain Rex is coming back. They've used him. Oh, man. I will say Bad Batch is well worth the time and effort. They talk a lot more like what the Sith are doing behind the scenes. And it kind of leads more into the later trilogy than it does, of course it leads into the very first Star Wars film and stuff like that. But they talk more about the cloning process and what was the purpose and the characters. But yeah, the Bad Batch, super good. Not to be disappointed. Yeah, let's do that. I'm trying to think what's the other animated. If you haven't seen the last, the last season. Oh, Rebels. Man, for something that was also on a network television show, or I guess it was DX or something. Rebels was fun. If no one likes Chopper, I don't know why. He is the greatest little robot. And I had no clue. Yeah, I had no clue that Chopper has subtitles. But he, at my shop that I go to, was like, yeah, Chopper, genuine. Like, if you turn on subtitles, they tell you exactly what he's saying. I was like, woof, that boy's got a foul mouth. I love it. He could care less about civilians than anybody. So, yeah. And Zeb. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to start from episode 1, too. That's what I've been told. So, yeah, if it's not on there, don't hold me to it. But either way, it's still a good show to watch, man. Zeb was next to Chopper, Zeb was my favorite. Super, super cool character. And definitely a character I've never seen before. So I was like, oh, kind of neat. But I liked that Zeb has also been shown in other shows. So, but the other thing is, I think I ended up stopped watching it from. Yes, Jimenez, absolutely. Yes, I need to finish it though. I've only gotten through to what's his name? General Thrawn, when Thrawn shows up, and he was training with some battle bots. That's where I ended up stopping. My kids watched the rest of the series without me, but yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, I need to finish it for sure. And I want to say, no, I don't think he's. I was thinking the guy who created Thrawn is going to be at a comic convention in town here in 2 weeks, but I don't know if he is. He was here 2 years ago. He's friends with the person that puts on the show, but I can't remember who's coming. But there's a Star Wars guy coming to our convention that's going to be really cool. So looking forward to that. I wish it was Timothy Zahn. But I think the other guy has been doing the Star Wars comics that were mostly of the Bounty Hunter series, which I love that work so much. I like that they kind of went into a character that no one's ever really seen much of and developed more of like what happened. I guess what Disney's okay with what happened after Han Solo went into Carbonite and incorporated some of the other characters from the Solo movie. So, all right, Evie Sue, you're looking pretty. Problem with this is she's mostly gray. I don't want to overdo it. Ooh, okay, I'll have to check on that later. So, a little more gray. All right, Evie Sue. The show is so unique where in the anime, her boss creates these weird mushrooms, and it's just weird. Sometimes the mushrooms are very psychedelic, and some of the just backgrounds are just so bizarre. Um, some of the manga stuff also is just super colorful. Like these guys are really wild with what they do. So it's almost hard to try to pick the perfect background to go with her. Um, because the city's mostly like gray. It feels like Gotham, kind of dystopian feeling for Tokyo, or Tokyo like city. But I enjoy it. It's a very strange show. Um, so I just want to start with this green and maybe flesh out a background later. Something else. Don't know. Kind of just like it the way it is. Let's see. Seems like if I tilt it, sometimes you get a better look at the colors, but if all right, that, yeah, helps a little bit better. So, but this has to be a little better, unfortunately. So, anyway, cool. Let's go back to pork for just a little bit. I feel like just add some texture to his jacket. I know it's needed. His jacket has all sorts of fun colors in it. So we're just going to do lots of dots. Darken some of this. So yeah, since my guy is not on here, it's not a difficult thing to do these challenges. With our challenges, we usually do them blind. We don't peek. We don't show off like how our work is going. We just try to have it done in time. But we're not. This isn't work. We want to try to do this that's more relaxing and fun for us. Because we have other stuff that's more pressing and more serious, and we want to do things that we enjoy, something we like. And this brings us joy. At least I hope. Most of the time it does. There's definitely been a couple challenges where it's like, hey, we're not feeling this at all. Let's never do this again. And that's rare because we really want to try to pick stuff that, one, we enjoy, and two, that would just be fun. If it's something we haven't done. Like we did a Space Ghost challenge. That was super fun. Should make package designs for that anyway. Space Ghost would be easy and fun, I think. I could either do a TV version or just a kind of comic space adventure look on the package, but just definitely know it would be, stuff that we truly don't want to stress out about. And there's been a time once in a while I'm like, hey, I got to take a pass, or I got to just not do anything. I think I sent a sketch one time and I was like, that's all you're getting. And it was a terrible sketch. I felt so bad, but it felt like that was the only thing that could come out from me at the moment. So I think we understand each other if we're not in a good place or if we're not doing well. One, we should just take a moment to get in a better spot and then go from there. Which is kind of should be universal for a lot of things, but it's not always the case. Um, but it's nice to work with. Do something with somebody that is accommodating and is nice about it, and who also does different work. If you follow my Instagram, um, there's tons. We've been doing them for years now. Um, some of my prints that I've done is because of our challenges, and so it's kind of cool. But we've just been doing so many, and like looking at his style, my style, the differences have been really neat. Let's do that. So I think that's way too much. I like that. I know what I need. I need a red. It don't matter which red. I just need a red. So I don't know if I'm a mover for sure, but one of our favorite things that we used to do when we lived in the same place, or even lived with each other, was go to restaurants that had the mats, paper mats, and we'd sit down and just draw while we were waiting on our food. And of course, the waitresses would be like, "Man, you guys are so talented." We're like, "Thanks." It's just us goofing off. Definitely feels like it was us trying to get attention, but not really, man. It was fun to go to a place to eat and then just free draw, like whatever we felt like we needed to draw. And it was just fun. Um, it also got us into the habit of not being so attached to our drawings. I say that even though I'm keeping that one Pokemon card. Not to keep everything that we do, because man, you just get too cluttered. You get too much of a hoarder. So it's fun to if the people that like our drawings kept them. Some of them did, some of them not. That's cool, man. Like we'd make sure to tip. It wasn't like the drawings were the tip. That'd be awful. But no, man. Like I guess it's sort of a bonus. It's like, hey, if you want it, that's fine. We just liked making stuff. School at the time, it was just so serious at all times. I'm not much of a serious person. I guess I sound like it on this, and I've definitely have grown to be a little more stern and not as goofy as I used to be. Not because it was like I got the unwarranted attention or like people didn't take me serious. It's just mellowed out. But I'm still goofy. I still make silly jokes, but same with school. School is kind of should take it serious, but I don't know. Art is sort of serious of its own, but private art school is its own entity. It's its own thing, which is fine. I learned a lot from it. Definitely is just too much seriousness at times. Yeah, sure, it's gonna have to. All right, let's add some blue because why not? This shirt is the weirdest shirt. Like he has the weirdest color pattern. I love the fact that this show does that. Like some of the just space stuff is just let's add a whole bunch of weird things to it. So. So yeah. So next month we will be doing. Oh, I guarantee it was their costume. I think costume and makeup design for Star Trek in the '90s, early 2000s were just beyond what most companies were doing. Um, super good designs. Um, I still love even the design of the Romulans. Incorporation with the giant neck pieces that they had to do. Um, yeah, just good show. The Borgs were fun. Um, yeah. Executive decision has been made. We're going to start watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Okay. All right. Oh, do you agree? Thank you. All right. Executive decision made. We'll start watching it. We got through One Piece. Got to watch something that's not as long, but just as involved. I got muffins. Oh, yeah. I imagine it's yeah. It's slow. Yes. I want to say that's why I didn't like it as a kid. So it's I think that's like a lot of stuff. And we just did One Piece, and I thought it was really slow at parts where I just didn't want to keep watching, but I just wanted to know what the end was. Um, and that took us a little over a year to get through. So I think if we could do One Piece, we should be able to do that. Um, so yeah, the first season, I will say, as a kid, super upset that they killed off, one of the main characters. First season, it was like, oh, that sucks. Like that. Why? Why would you kill off a character? And then they don't kill anyone off for the rest of the darn show. So what the heck, man? Why do that? But you know, we'll have to look that up to see if there was a reason for it. I know there was. I think she was also surprised about it too. It wasn't something that they all knew was coming. But I know I've watched a couple of things where they've talked about like the further down shirts were for women, the dumber they were. But if the V-neck went up higher, then they were smarter. It was something weird. Yeah. Oh well, we'll get into it. It'll be fine. I don't know if you watched Andromeda or any of the new stuff. only seen bits and pieces. I think I watched the first full episode. I liked the idea of it, but I just haven't had time to really watch more. It, I think it's Andromeda, or is the whatever the more recent one is. I know Doug Jones is in it, and the only reason why I know Doug Jones is in it is because I really like him as an actor. Um, and he's also a Ball State University guy. So he spent time in Muncie, poor guy. But you know, one of the really cool um, mime actors out there. It wasn't bad. Definitely unique, and once again, it just kind of is rocky here and there. So let's do that. Let's do this. Maybe. It's pretty bright, so I bet you this is going to dull it down. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, cool. Oh. And I never watched the one with Kevin Sorbo as the captain, which I guess was supposed to be somewhat good. But I did not watch it. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got to erase that just a little bit because it's definitely hard to see. Yeah, that's fine. The one alien that I did not pick, I think because for this month, I was going to pick the aliens from Alien Nation before picking this guy. Um, and I didn't do that because I think we did them before. Um, yes, Discovery. Yeah, Discovery was interesting. I didn't. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again or try to do it again just to see having time away. Yes, because Discovery was. Yeah, Doug Jones is in it. The girl takes over as captain. It's a unique show. Um, yeah, I'd like to watch more of it just to see. But a friend of mine said that he lost interest in it as well. But he also is one that he'll download stuff and just will not. Like he'll get into it and then something else will come through and he'll just move along. Something about ADD or something. I don't know. But it could be there was a moment in the show that it wasn't sparking interest for him, and he was just like, "I'm one dip." Um, don't think I like that. That's not a good blend. I know it's hard for you guys to see just because the colors are so light. But we're just going to have to change that. Oh, back to what I was thinking of. Or what I was speaking about. Alien Nation was a fun little, man, early 90s show. Very intriguing, had a lot of neat concepts to it. I liked it. I liked it as a kid. I thought it was, yeah, the movie was super great. I don't own it. I kind of wish I did, but I do have the television series, and the series was really, really good. Definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, we're going to make this darker. Yeah, the movie was super fun. I liked it a lot. It was definitely a good kind of buddy cop show, but with space aliens and stuff. But yeah, good stuff, man. Yeah, loved spoiled milk. Cracks me up every time. And that they are very susceptible to salt water. Because there was a Russian roulette type game in the show. It was like this big squirt thing that would just hose down the aliens with salt water. I was like, man, it was a super good episode. But yeah, drank spoiled milk. I think we eventually talk about the men are the ones who carry the babies. That was a fun episode. And when I mean fun, it was bizarre. Yeah, those sci-fi shows, good stuff. I might have to. I would say I'd watch that after I get off here, but I don't know what I want to do. Wonder. I don't want that pretty. Well, I think that's going to have to do. That's much better. I like this one a lot. Yeah, we need to go back over with this. See if we can blend this a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Yay, much happier. Cool. All right. Why do I feel like his shirt should have more texture to it? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what it was. His shirt had stripes from left to right. All right. All right, I'll be right back, but we'll stick these here for the moment, and then probably turning this off gives it a little easier to see. There we go. Heavy Sue and Quark. All right, one more. All right. Sorry about that. But all right. Ebby Sue, man. Ebby Sue. We need to make probably shops behind her, you know? Let's do that. Let's clean up our space just a little bit. Keep those grays. All right. So Quark is done. Let's sign him before I do anything else, because if I don't, I'm going to forget, and then I'm not going to be happy with myself. So, all right. Get him in a... Oh, yeah. If people don't know, each card does come with a penny sleeve that they go into. I had it right. And they then go into nice little top loader. So, 1 second. Ah, there it is. Hit it for myself. So, last one. Get to slide him in. Perfect. Give him his little sticker. I will not do that. I forgot. I got ahead. I was so happy to be done with him. I gotta take a picture so that I could share it to my buddy and everything. So we'll do that later. But let's turn on this light so I can see again. Nope. No. All right. So the bright lights are on again. So all right, Ebby Sue, what do we got for you? I think I want to come across a cool little part of a shop. Wait, do a little window. Yeah, backgrounds aren't the best thing, not the best at them, but you know what? Doing our best, and hopefully, this is also just the beginning anyway. Work on it until it looks better. But, so yeah. Ooh, I just remembered what movie I haven't seen. I have not seen the new Godzilla King Kong. Matter of fact, I haven't even seen the last Godzilla before that came out. So it has just not been a good time for movies. Like, good movies are out. I'm just not seeing them. I definitely heard that the Godzilla King Kong movie was super, super good. So Definitely looking forward to finally seeing that whenever I can. Yeah, that's not a good one. Um, Gosh, that was back in '97, maybe. Oh, yeah, I did not watch that one, and I wasn't a fan of Godzilla movies at the time. I was more into angsty other things, but that movie, I mean, nothing said anything. Nothing was good about it, other than the soundtrack had a couple of good songs. Um, I think I got that for free. Um, but no, not a good one. I would say, the recent Godzilla movies have been really good. I watched one of them in IMAX and 3D, and it was relatively good. I enjoyed it. Um, Godzilla minus one, or no, Shin Godzilla was really good. That I had fun with. I thought it was neat. I thought it was had a cool concept, and it had some nice stuff that could have followed up, but I don't know if they did, and I don't know if minus one did follow up with that. But minus one, I guess, was really good. So once again, if it's going to be a streaming service, man, I'll probably watch it. I think that's how I saw Godzilla versus King Kong was HBO. Um, Back then when that came out. All right. Put a little more here. Hey, it is Roberto. Either way. Dude, I have not seen your name in so long. Feels forever, man. Good to see you here. Hope all is well. Yeah, yeah. Sort of. I have been tired, so it's been tough to get on. Definitely, but I've been working on all sorts of stuff, doing all sorts of things. Um, so yeah, it's been tough to hop on consistently, and then last week was really tough because I just was not having a good, I guess, set with whatnot that evening. Um, but it's all right. Having a great evening. Uh, Having a good evening talking to Guster. Talking about this and that and the other. Man, let me show you something though. I think you might. Well, other than Ebisu from Dora Dora, I think this is pretty good. Let me turn this light off because the colors look a lot better. Yep. So Ebisu, not the most intriguing character. We've got old school Devilman from the '90s done recently. So these are the two definitely anime characters I was working on last week. I didn't get to finish. But what I'm definitely going to try to work on next is if you've never seen Big O, super cool. This top part's going to be a challenge, but definitely these are the anime things I'm working on. And then a couple of Pokemon things. I did. I've got these two drawn out, which I thought was funny, doing a Meowth like a cat burglar, and then won't dwell on these too much because I've already done. And then this cool guy. So I've found these really cool holographics I can work with, and man, do they shine, super shine. So anyway, Evison. Oh, I need to put her back over here. So yeah, fun stuff. Let's see here. Let's make this dark like so. Mm. I wonder, yeah, figure something out. Let's do spearmint. Spearmint might work. Oh yeah, Bruto, I just finished up One Piece. I finally finished all the way to the end. I am all caught up. It is wild. Well, I take it back. I'm not caught up. I've got one episode to go. That's it. But it definitely finally, after a year or so, got it finished. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now off to the next stuff for the time being. Now just having to watch it when it comes on weekly, but it's not so bad. Definitely still have other animes to watch, but man, one thing at a time. Oh, Punk Hazard, man. It's now being able to reminisce about some of those time periods is kind of nice now. So, yeah, Punk Hazard's really good. Definitely interesting. You get to see a couple really cool characters. Definitely some fun events that happen there. So, definitely do not get too sleepy with it, because there's a couple of moments, but Punk Hazard's pretty important spot, because now where I'm at, it's important. So they reference it quite a bit and all that. So, but man, I'm doing good tonight. Got these two. I think I'm gonna call that done. I got these two colored. This one in Quark in almost hour and 42 minutes, which is really good. And actually less than that, because I spent a good time talking about the new stuff that we were working on. Oh, thank you so much for the tip, man. But yes. Oh, another big. I don't know if I've shown this before to you, but we've got One Bad Day Deku. That's what we'll call it, because he is just a mess. If you haven't gotten that far in My Hero, it's a interesting point. And then one of my favorite animated things, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So oddly enough, with My Hero, I didn't think it was going to be as good as I thought it turned out, at least for me. Being a fan of the X-Men, I thought it was kind of like a weird, lame ripoff, but it's not. Um, it's definitely its own entity, and I've enjoyed it. And I kept second guessing so many of the characters in it. So, and definitely, if you just relax and just take it in as is, it's a really really good show. So I definitely have ignored it way too long. But good old turtle. But yeah, um, check these out. So I was able to get the sketch cards now sparkly and whatnot. So it's kind of cool. Um, definitely, these are three of the four that I have. Um, no, like it's just a cool, different sheen and sparkle. Um, eventually, I'll be only doing those. I think with specific ones that either look good or I think would look good with them, but I don't want to get too overwhelming with them. I think some of them are better looking than others, um, but yeah, just kind of messing around, see what I'm doing. New concept also for the whatnot. Like I've got a package design, but this is something different. But the package design is super cool, super easy. It's a simple flip up, and then it folds all out to get cards. So I don't know, super fun stuff. So yeah, we could start on Meowth. Why not? I like Meowth. And I definitely want to put those two in the done pile. Oh, and Ebisu is already. Oh, Ebisu is messed up. So Ebisu was drawn upside down. So oopsie poopsie. But I don't think it really matters so much. Um. All right. Meowth needs erased. And then we'll go from there. Get rid of this excess pencil lines. And then more than likely, I'll probably add some other um, pencil lines later, but I think I know what I'm going to do with Meowth. Um, what I'm also going to do is look at a Meowth so I don't miscolor some of the stuff. I know some of the things offhand. So we'll give him just a little bit of yellow there. Let's see. Awesome gold coin. Get that I need to find. Okay. So let's get us this. We'll color his little hood first. I think it's funny. And a little cat burglar mask. Oh, nice. All right. Where'd you see her at recently? Right. Ooh, I did not get that. Nice. That's super cool, man. Heck yeah. Mm, give that a break for a second. Let's get a little bit closer. So yeah, bigger pieces, marker streaks are kind of difficult. Gosh, how do I avoid it? I kind of just I want to make sure like I overlap them a little bit. It's kind of like I guess painting in a way with the streaks. Um, like I kind of want to make sure. Oh, and also sometimes if your marker is creating streaks, it's because it's empty, or it's getting close to being empty. Um, so that's another factor. This see like I have streaks right here, and then I try to smooth them out. Um, if I take this two, sometimes when I go over it, it could mask it. Um, but when it comes to bigger pieces, I don't really know because I just try to go over my lines like halfway. Um, because they don't. If I tried to match up the line side by side, that's where you'll get those weird variations because you're kind of putting like a little more overlap, just enough, and that's what creates these weird little lines. Um, and then sometimes with these alcohol markers, like blending them in with other colors helps get rid of those lines, um, just like that did there, because there was a bit of a splotch there. Um, that's what I've been able to find out. It's been difficult, really, and it's a really big learning process. Um, I wonder if I turn this off, you could see the lines. If you could see some weird splotches, but you won't see them as much later on, especially if you do other variations with it. You could kind of blend things out. Um, let me check something real quick. Okay. Um, I don't like that. So let's see. With this, we'll use this brown for this bag. Oof, I do not like that at all. So I'm trying to just go over it and have it blend in a little bit. We'll use this brown. We'll use the praline, even though that's going to be his color for his tail and stuff. You see, I'm going to go over it there, there, and there. If I try to line it up like that, I'll get streaks. But the other thing is I've noticed with alcohol marker, not the faster it is, but if you keep it together, you don't have as much streaks. Because even when I stop just a little bit, that's sort of uneven. But it's okay, because you could come back, kind of go over it just a little bit. Like I said, sometimes you'll use other colors to do the shadows and stuff, and then sometimes you could kind of go over some of those mistakes. It really is practice. That's why I like working on smaller, because I don't have to worry about it as much. I imagine a bigger piece is a lot more difficult, and I haven't done a whole lot of bigger pieces with these markers. So just because, man, these things are just so expensive. I don't want to waste a lot of time and then not be able to get my money's worth. Like I said, sometimes if you use a lighter color, come in, it'll blend it out, and you'll decrease some of those lines. Oh, and if anybody was wondering, today is Jason Todd's death day in the Batman series. So my friend wanted me to tell everybody that. She is obsessed with Jason Todd, and it is very borderline funny. But yeah, Red Hood's day of reckoning happened today. So yeah, all right, I like that. And then probably use this. Okay. All right, give me 1 second so I could go check out what Melt's colors are real quick. To show my age, here's my old original Pokemon player's guide. Because, had to have them. But these also are some of the some of my favorite pictures. I mean, these old school watercolor designs, man, just I remember so many games having this for their concept designs and stuff. I just love it. Okay, so his ears. Ears this way. All right. I see. Okay. I mean, I love the classic Pokemon. I mean, I still have my red and blue. And then the last game I bought was for the 3DS. No, it wasn't the 3DS. It was the one before that. But it was the Pearl and Diamond. No, I can't remember. Anyway, I remember buying Pearl. But Emerald was the Game Boy Advance one that I really liked. I thought it was awesome. But yeah, red and blue. Technically, I have all the Pokemon in it. I've caught them all. They're just not all on the same cartridge. So that's all right. Yeah, the colors, I really wish they would do kind of the classic looks to the new Pokemons, because that would be really cool if they colored them the same way. I don't know, we'll probably never see that, but it would just be nice. I think he's a little too pink. That's all right. Okay, so his ears will do dark brown. They look black in the book, but I think this will be a better aesthetic. Okay, and then his tail and his paws, at least his feet, they're all brown. Wrong one. This one. Yep. Try to blend these out. And then go back in with this beige. Sorry, I got super quiet. Man, I'm really into into coloring him up. Definitely one of those things where I'm so concentrated. But anywho, let's get all this. See if we can blend this out. So I don't know if you can see this, but just using the lighter shade that I've already put down, it kind of takes that hard line and kind of blends it just a little bit better, so it's not as hard. So which is nice. Sometimes that line is pretty cool, but I don't know, man. I really like blending it into a nice soft color. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not as successful. And always remember, like, sometimes mistakes are fine. Not everybody's going to see. I don't think people really expect perfection with sketch cards. I do know some people are very, very stern about having greatness, but man, they're sketch cards. There's always going to be like weird things that show you that you did it by hand. That element of human touch to it, man, it just does something. So I like that. I think he needs a little bit of a. Oh, let's do blue. I know what I mean. All right. Give him a little shadow there. We can definitely give him a little shadow here. Darken some of these areas up. Probably use another color as well. Just a little bit of star. There's that. But okay, so definitely to show, if you use a dark color, just a little line here. That was more than a little line, but a little splotch. This will do a little line. come in with your lighter color, and then just blend it out, just like so. Just like that. So, cool. So, cool. Oh. And even if this is, there we go, see, lighten that up pretty good. So, yep, there we go. Happy little Meowth. I hate to say it, folks, I'm bushed. I almost got all of Meowth done, but we've got the other two. Looks great. Pretty happy with the results. Let me turn this light off so you can see the Meowth. So it looks like we need to finish up the mask and then give them a really cool cat burglar background. But for right now, I do believe we are just going to have to call it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for everything. And I hopefully will see you guys. I will not next week because I will be way out of town. And then I will the following week. So definitely look up my stuff on Instagram and follow me there. And I will try to keep it all up to date. So, but thanks again. And we will see you guys another time.